I'm Nina Barlow. Welcome to Trailwise. Today we're going to show you what it's really like to drive the Broken Arrow Trail on a typical weekend. And we want to show you all the nitty-gritty about this trail, how to do it, what to expect, and most importantly, what it's really like, because it is not for everyone. Either if the technical driving might intimidate you a little bit, or just the traffic levels. This is a very busy, popular trail. Just right here, we're standing here, we got a Bronco coming, we got mountain bikers, we got hikers, and that's what this trail is like all day long. So if you like going out and being part of the crowd, that's great. You're going to feel really comfortable because there's a lot of people around. But if you're looking for a real authentic wilderness experience, this is not it. Traffic. Whoa, I'm coming around. All right, so we're driving through Morgan Road, the Broken Arrow Estates. This is the access to the Broken Arrow Trail. This is private property. This is a residential neighborhood. So drive through here like you want people to drive through your neighborhood. Don't speed. Don't blast your music. Don't pull off onto the sides to air down your tires or unload your trailer. And by the way, there is no trailer parking anywhere close to this trail, so you're gonna have your only access to this trail is going to be street legal vehicles. So Broken Arrow is a 4-low trail. You're going to be in 4-low the whole time, right from the trailhead. And I'm also going to disconnect my sway bar. And if you have any questions about the sway bar or some gear selection, we have videos for that too. So of course, put the transmission neutral all the way down to 4-low and put that sway bar light on. Now, if you have any trouble getting over this speed bump, this filter here at the beginning of the trail, this is not the trail for you. It is built intentionally to warn people about what the clearances and the traction that you're going to need on the whole rest of the trail are like. So once again, if this speed bump isn't easy for you, it's time to turn around now. So you guys already saw the trailhead is really busy. There was no parking and nowhere to pull off to air down our tires at the trailhead. So we found our first wide spot a couple hundred yards in on the trail where we can get out of the way and we'll air down here. If you have questions about airing down your tires, see our video on airing down your tires. It is a busy trail. It's important to know where the road is, where the hiking trail is. The rock cairns mark the hiking and biking trail, not the motorized trail. So we want to stay on the established routes. Now behind me we have Princess Rock. This is the first big open section of rock that's just a couple hundred yards in on the trail. You can see where my Jeep is parked. You can see where all the pink Jeeps are going. And there's another private Jeep coming up behind me. Welcome to Broken Arrow. But we want to stay on the open section of rock up above. You can see where the hikers are up top. That is not driving trail, that's hiking trail only. So please respect the trail, don't leave any of your trash, and you should know there are no bathrooms. That means you take everything, you pack everything out with you.
Justin's somewhere back there, but I'm not sure how far. All right, thank you. Yep.
So you won't be alone out here, that's for sure. You can hear, we got airplanes overhead, got plenty of tour Jeeps. Now, Paint Jeep is allowed to have 5 Jeeps per hour by their permit from the United States Forest Service. So 5 Jeeps per hour, that means 5 or 10 minutes past the hour and 5 or 10 minutes before the hour, there's going to be five Jeeps going out right before the top of the hour, and just right after the top of the hour, there's going to be 5 Jeeps coming in. And you should know that. And they're going to be moving pretty fast. They're on a schedule. when I see them come up behind me, I get out of their way. Now, most of them know the trail really well, and most of them are really nice, and they will get out of your way if they see you coming. They assume they know the trail better than you do, but it doesn't hurt to be on your best etiquette practices while you're out here. So this is one of the optional play spots on Broken Arrow. It's the Princess Rock. That's that first couple hundred yards in. And there are some big ledges and all different size cracks and things. We're gonna drive through the biggest crack right here. We're gonna show you how not to do it and then show you how to do it. If you go straight in, most vehicles, you're probably gonna even hang up your front bumper, let alone your back bumper. And you go through at a little bit of an angle, you get one tire at a time, and that'll give you some clearance to get through that. This big crack isn't gonna be for everybody, no matter how good your angle is though. Also, the slower you go, the taller your springs stay. If you're running through that with any momentum, your springs are gonna compress, you're gonna smack a bunch of stuff too. All right, so we're done playing here, and you don't, of course, have to do, you can take the nice easy route across the bottom. Just depends on if you're out here to enjoy the scenery or you want to kind of test your skills a little bit. But we're done playing here. We're going to head on up the trail. So remember, actually I use the word trail. Trail means hiking and mountain biking. Road is for the motorized traffic. So we're going to head up the road. Go to the sinkhole. 179C. So this is the Devil's Dining Room sinkhole. This is one of about a dozen sinkholes in the Sedona area, only a couple of them that you can visit. The important thing is that these are very sensitive ecologically and geologically. Don't throw anything into them, as tempting as it is, especially you got young ones. Just remember, don't throw anything in. And this one in particular is bat habitat, and they've actually got some monitoring they're doing of the bats. Just to leave as little evidence of your passing as possible. You can see there's so many people out here. It's impossible to not have impact, so do your part to have as little impact as possible. So my average speed through this whole trail is going to be about 3 or 4 miles per hour. And that's going to be true of really any four-wheel drive. You just got a lot of blind corners. It's just rough enough. You don't need to go that fast. And people are going to come flying around the corner at you on these narrow sections. One of you is going to have to back up to get to a wide spot. Who's that going to be? Now typically it's the vehicle traveling uphill has the right-of-way. But there's a lot of flat spots in this trail, so it's just one of those things where, you know, try to be nice. If you're closer to the wide spot, get out of their way. You can really see the geological layers right there. That's so pretty. So here's the exit from the stairs coming down. We're going to come out that way later. Yes. Yeah. We're coming to the split. This is one of my favorite spots on the trail is Submarine Rock, FR 9868. You can see the road marker right here. You can also see a bunch of traffic coming off, so we're going to wait here at this intersection for just a second for all that traffic to come through. So we're at the climb to Submarine Rock. This is one of the first really technical spots on the trail. You can see the bottom part is very dug out over the years. There's literally grooves in the rock from 70 years of Jeep. So it's pretty intimidating looking, and it is steep. As the nose of the Jeep comes up, you're gonna have nothing but sky through the windshield when you climb up here. Low and slow. We're gonna maintain a nice steady throttle all the way up and get a good look at it so we've got a good mental map before we start up. Here we go. So we've got a parking spot up here. Unfortunately, valet parking is closed down today, but we're parked at the base of Submarine Rock. And you can see we got rock cairns blocking so people don't drive up on Submarine Rock anymore. Yes, we did used to be able to drive up here about 30 years ago, but there were far too many trail inversion incidents, I guess. The Forest Service decided it was time to kind of block this off just for safety's sake. So we get to go up here on foot though, and it is a nice view. It's one of my favorite views in Sedona. So let's go check it out. We're standing up here on Submarine Rock, and you can really see, of course, just gorgeous views and also some of the great geological layers here in Sedona. Like these red layers that we're standing on are about 280 million years old. So up on top, you've got 255 million year old limestone that ends with the Permian die-off. So this actually predates dinosaurs. We get that question a lot, are there dinosaur tracks in Sedona? No. We're looking down over the town of Sedona out below us here. And then you can see the whole rest of the trail, and you can really see, I can see about 50 vehicles from here standing up on top. So Submarine Rock is gorgeous. If you do nothing but go to Submarine Rock and back, you can have a great experience. If that was too much, or maybe just really don't want to go more than that, it's probably a good place to turn around and leave. You can leave the trail at that point. Otherwise, you continue. The trail's going to get tighter, and you're going to have some non-bypassable obstacles further up ahead. Really tight through the trees here. So we're going through a section we call the bobsled track. It's a lot of S-curves, and as we come around this corner, you're going to see we got some really steep banks because the trail is dug down so far. Look at how far down the trail has etched its way into the landscape here. Pink Jeep does the trail maintenance on this trail, and they have hauled in literally tons of dirt to try to fill this up. It would be probably 10 feet deep at this point if they didn't do all the work that they do on this trail. So it's important to stay in the main track of the trail. You can see tire marks where people are going up, and it's eroding it more into the biological crust that's on top of the soil, holding all of the sand together. You don't want to drive on that stuff. This trail is actually only about 3.5 miles if you drive the whole trail, but it's going to take you about 3 hours. Partly because you're going so slow, partly because you should take your time and get out and enjoy the viewpoints. Otherwise, why are you here? And the other reason is because of all the traffic that you've seen so far. So you'll be doing a lot of stopping and waiting, and maybe some occasionally backing up. This trail was originally just a little cattle path up this canyon, but it was built primarily for recreation in the 50s, and primarily by Pink Jeep Tours. So they don't own the trail. It is the property of the United States Forest Service, so it's public land, but we thank them for maintaining it and keeping it in a passable state so that we can all come out here and enjoy it. So now we're on the road out to Chicken Point. This is going to be an out and back little spur. Well worth it for the views, but it is tight, and there are not quite as many pullouts to get out of each other's way. So I'm going to swing wide right here because we've got a little climb. We want to see if anybody's coming down before we commit. And sure enough, there is somebody coming down. So we're going to go and wait here. parallel parking spot right here. Here we are at Chicken Point. It's gorgeous. It's obviously very popular. Lots of people up here enjoying the weather and the view today. Right behind me, you've got the peace sign rock. You've got the praying nuns, which right on the other side of this is actually the Chapel of the Holy Cross, also another very famous attraction here in Sedona. And for the mountain bike crowd, you can see that white line in the rocks. That is, if you want to go on YouTube and search for white line mountain bike Sedona, whatever, you'll see people actually riding along the edge. Crazy. The Chicken Point, some people out here sitting on the rock. We used to drive out there. Again, all it takes is 1 or 2 or 17 vehicles to go over the edge and ruin it for everybody. And a beautiful Lee Mountain off there, and quite its splendor. And then they say that this is why this is named Chicken Point. I believe it's because people chicken out on the point. But there's a rock formation up there. It looks like a bird sitting there. It doesn't look like a chicken to me, but very much a bird. Okay, we've come back from Chicken Point back to the fork in the road. 179E is going to be the option that takes us up over Mushroom Rock and down the famous stairs. Devil's Staircase, Road of No Return. It's got many names. Any obstacle, of course, that has a name you want to be cautious of. Now, technically, you can stay to the right here and go back out past Submarine Rock and back out on the main trail and not do this part. But honestly, if you've come this far, you're going to be going against traffic 90% of the time if you don't take this 179E turn here. Nothing but sky. Woo-hoo. Oh, someone's coming back down. That gladiator's coming back down. All right, coming up to Mushroom Rock. Nothing but sky. Woo. And the view as we come around this corner. Looking back down on Submarine Rock, where we were earlier. Out over all of Sedona. So now we're at what we call the slide or panorama point 1. The main trail goes up this little step and then a sharp right over the top. This is where it gets really roller coastery. But there's also this optional spot we call the slide that we, oh, here comes the Jeep. We go up this step and come around to the left so we can go down this just for fun. And you know, for fun, you can go up it too. So we're out on panorama point 3, and this is another optional spot. We call this the crack, but this is not recommended, A, if it's wet, B, if you're by yourself, because you really need a spotter to keep you centered in here. We've seen a lot of vehicles just slip off because they didn't get quite perfectly centered and fall in and take out a door. You don't want to do that. So we're coming up to the top of the famous staircase, Devil's Staircase, Road of No Return, whatever you want to call it. You'll know it when you get there. It is extremely steep drop off downhill. There's a pink Jeep ahead of us just starting down. The key is to just stay right in the middle. Don't get up on the edges. Don't get creative, and just go as slow as you can, straight downhill. Keep moving straight down the hill. Don't try to steer back and forth. Just stay in those grooves, and just remember you want to keep those front tires pointed straight down the hill. There's a big rock here on our right that is a great little marker. You want to just get next to that, not on it, but next to it, and that'll help get you lined up to go straight down the stairs. If you get up on that rock, you might get high centered on it, and then you're teeter-tottering right on the brink of a steep staircase, or you try to get away from that rock. Your tires catch these rocks sticking out from the driver's side, and they'll just pull you right over onto the passenger side. We see that a lot. We've seen a lot of vehicles make exactly that mistake. You get too far to the left, the Jeep starts to tip, and if you correct the wrong direction or you stab the brakes, it's just gonna fall right over on its side. Take a little Jeep nap. Once you're down the stairs, then we're going to come to this intersection here at the bottom, and turning left, now we're going to be back on the main trail where we came in earlier. Now don't get all overconfident and let your guard down, because there's still plenty of stuff to catch you on the way out, including fast oncoming traffic around these blind corners. Well, we wanted to show you the whole trail, the good, the bad, and the ugly, so you can decide for yourself if you want to drive the trail. Broken Arrow might not be for you because maybe the driving looks a little tough. Might not be for you because there's a lot of traffic out here. Or it might look like a heck of a lot of fun. Either way, we hope that we have helped you decide for yourself. Now remember, if you do come out here, be respectful of the trail. Don't spin your tires. Be respectful of the other users. So keep that music down. Make sure you're being nice, trying to, everybody's just trying to get by each other out here. And pick up after yourself and do your part. Pick up after other people if you have to. Do your part. Thanks for watching today. If you have any questions or comments about the Broken Arrow Trail, leave them in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. You can follow us on Instagram at Barlow_adventures, and you can learn all about our trips and our training on our website at barlows.us. Until next time, be safe, be trail wise on our public lands, and happy trails.